It's 12 minutes after the top of the hour, and you are hanging out with Casey on Wall to Wall Country. And, of course, quick reminder that First Northern Bank and Trust Your Community, their commitment is the sponsor to the show. These guys want to remind you that they will be closed Saturday for Memorial Day weekend, of course, Monday morning or Monday for Memorial Day. So keep that in mind. If you have any of your banking that you need to do in-house, you might have to do it Friday, early Friday, or wait until the following week, or do it all on their mobile app. Of course, they have both the apps for your Android and iPhone device. Check them out at 1stnorthernbank.com. Little recognition thrown in there. 13 minutes after the top of the hour, and in the second hour of the show, I'm so excited always to have an artist on my show. 9 out of 10 times it is via phone. People call in from all over the place, and once in a blue moon I get so excited because I actually have human beings in the studio. Yay! So yeah, we're so excited. Now, this is a gentleman that had been here before, along with his lovely lady, and it's been a while. I think it's been like maybe a year or so that you guys were here before. But you guys have been on fire since the last time we talked. You got all kinds of great articles I was looking at. We want to touch base on some of that. You've got some new music out there. You're traveling all over the place and doing shows just about anywhere you guys can book. So I know we were just talking about that off air. It's like, okay, well, we got to do this and this and this. It's like crazy. But let's go back a little bit, just in case people don't know who you are or unfamiliar with your music and where you guys hail from. We've got Robb Taylor and Erica in the studios today. A little bit about both you guys, how you got together and formed this wonderful relationship that you guys have professionally and personally, and how you guys are just doing all kinds of stuff. Give us a little background. Give us a little picture of what's going on.
How far back do you want to go?
Okay, well, not baby age. So maybe professional lengthwise.
Well, years ago, I've opened for Chubby Checker. I go back that far, actually.
Wow. Okay.
Charlie Daniels.
Oh, nice.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
You know what? I think, I remember the names you were throwing out the last time, too, where I was like, seriously?
A lot of fun.
Man?
A lot of fun.
I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
I was doing a show in Lake Harmony, and Erica came to the show, and I'm there on Friday and Saturday nights now.
Oh, okay.
In Lake Harmony, and Erica came to a show, and we locked eyes, and for I guess 3 minutes, the Angels were singing. So she came back the next week, and then the following week, and then the next week,
and the next week after, and the next week
after that, and so, but we had music in common, really. It was one of the things we had in common, and we liked the same kind of music, I was always kind of a country pop kind of guy, but I think pop really is country now.
Yeah, the lines are very blurred anymore.
Yeah. So she actually said to me, geez, if only you were a little bit younger at one point. And I said, how old do you think I am? She goes, 40. And I said, whoops, never mind. I'll never get a chance to hit on that. So she was like, we did the no up higher game, more. But I asked her out, and she said, yeah. So we had a lot in common with music and performing. She was a great dancer in her day, and of course she doesn't do that much of it anymore. She does choreography for the band. But some of the stuff I saw her doing in videos was just incredible.
That's awesome.
But, we kind of have the same take on life and people and how things should be as opposed to how they actually are, and so. But
that's that's a different show.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother show.
If you want to go there.
If you want to go there, we need to reserve like a whole nother show for that one. But anyway, go ahead.
So, you talk. Don't worry.
Well, you basically said everything.
Okay.
So you saw it the same way? You saw it kind of go down the same way?
Yeah, when I met him, he was actually on stage singing, and I came in with my best friend, and we sat at a table right in the front, and I kind of just locked eyes with him, and I was like madly in love with him.
Aww.
It was just amazing.
Did you have any inkling it was going to get to where it at, or is it just one of those things where it's like, oh man, that guy's really cute on stage?
Yeah, that's what it was.
But you know,
I didn't expect it to
I'm
go
down
as
here.
far, but
He's up there. Well, that's really cool. That's a little sweet story there. That you know, everybody has a story about how things get started sometimes, and I don't get that story very often. I don't get audience to artist. You know, usually it's just artists meeting, you know, artist kind of thing. So that's kind of a neat little.
Yeah, we get a lot of people that contact us too about, you know, like our age difference, you know, in our relationship. We had, let's see,
Don't worry about it.
a TV show calling us.
Yeah.
They wanted us to fly out to California to do a show, and they had us all lined up, and airplane paid for, and room and board, and going to be on the show, being interviewed, and like the night before we were all packed and ready to go. The night before they called us up. Well, producers think there should be more controversy. I'm like, really? Just put it out there. You'll get plenty of controversy.
Oh, that's terrible that they had all that. Top button. Hold it down.
And now we have this ditched show, or pitched, was it? Hitched show that's interested, and we've been on the phone talking to them constantly, and you know, of course, you know, they're looking for the Jerry Springer angle.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So we're like, nah.
Yeah, if it doesn't have dirty laundry, you're not worth the time, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you got to create a little dirty laundry.
Well, everybody they talk to goes, yeah, well, we were against the relationship in the beginning, but now that we've met them, you know, we
they're
love
like,
them.
we love
they're
them,
great
and it's not
people.
enough. And I'm like, okay, well.
And I told the producer, I said, just put it out there and let the audience be the controversy, because trust me,
Yeah.
we run into it everywhere we
Everywhere.
go.
Somebody will have something to say, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, neither that, you know, the fact of the matter is that, you know, whatever you guys seem to come against and what you got going on and, you know, those kinds of things, you stick to your guns of being a great couple.
Yeah.
And, you know, not everybody wants to hear the fairy tale story. They got way dirty laundry. You know, you turn on the news and they blow everything out to pieces. So, congrats for you guys for
Appreciate
you know
it.
keeping it cool and keeping it level. And with that, you guys have been working really hard. I mean, I just took a quick glimpse at your media packet here, and you guys have been on fire with you know, just performing all over the place. And yet able to keep your sanity. So, you know, I mean, that in itself should be a story. What?
Who you talking about?
Yeah.
There's no sanity here.
Well, you know, I mean, it's got to be tough. You know, you guys are in a personal relationship, and yet you're working together. And that in itself is a story. That is in itself that you guys don't want to kill each other, you know, because you're at work all day long together, and then you're home together in the evening, and you're traveling together, and you're doing this and you're doing that, you know. And, you know, like I mentioned before, you know, you guys are doing a lot of the stuff on your own, moving the equipment, you know, setting it up, tearing it down. My God. You know, I'm surprised you haven't killed each other.
Well, yeah, I think the one word that really describes most relationships that work is the word easy. Mm-hmm. It's easy. And people all the time say to me, well, relationships are hard work. I'm like, well, no, not if you got the right one.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Like, yeah. And I think that's the problem. And if it is work, I mean, and some people say that they do have to work at their relationship, but if they think it's worth it, then that's fine.
Well, we do everything together, you know.
Yeah. So
all day, every week.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, you know, best friends, you know, you guys can, you know, probably communicate even when you disagree on something. You know, if you agree to disagree, and that's that, and you respect whatever each other's, you know, side of things, and it's like, well, I think we should do this. Well, I think we should do that, and try to compromise and go, okay, well, I'm going to give you this one, but the next one's mine.
Yeah. Well, we don't even have to do that. Really.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
It works.
So when we talked last time, you had some music out back then.
Yeah. The Hourglass, yeah.
Yeah, so now recently you have worked on this new project. Tell me a little bit about this new project, The Dreamcatcher. I love the names of your stuff. I mean, I really do. I'm a fan of that whole kind of stuff.
Well, the previous album, the Hourglass album, was really about how you spend your time. You know, obviously the hourglass representing time. And and most of the songs in that album were relative to that. This one really, I think, goes off a little further in that it's a little more personal. There's a song on there, "If You Believe," which is really about the hook line is, "I believe in you.
Aw.
Won't you believe in you too?"
Oh, yeah.
So it's it's a little more personal.
Okay.
In that respect, it's not about time. It's more about feeling, your personal feeling towards yourself. And Erica and I both wrote a song on there called "Couldn't Take My Eyes Off You," which is about, it's the song about how we actually met.
Yeah, the meeting. Yeah.
And and that's, there again, it's personal.
Now, this is a collaboration. You guys did this is different than the last one, that this is a collaboration between the two of you. You
Right.
both worked on the project and
Right.
the different songs that are on here, right?
Right. Actually, Erica and I both wrote "Couldn't Take My Eyes Off You." We sat down, wanted to write. We haven't had the time to write like we want to because our equipment is always set up somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I sit in the living room and I go, if only my keyboards were here.
Yeah,
I got a great idea.
Buy
but-
another set.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
A
making
little
all this.
Casio or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What are those
Oh,
little
is that a plug?
children ones?
Yeah.
The electric ones,
When I saw the Doors like years ago, his keyboard was like a foot long. I was
Yeah.
like, how do you play all that on that?
Yeah.
But I was amazed at that. But and this, there's a song on there called "The Wind," which is Erica's favorite song, which is about people coming and going in and out of your life. No one knows where the wind comes from, but it blows the leaves away, and in the end, you realize the leaves actually represent the people in your life that have come and gone.
Oh, nice.
So
Very
like I
deep.
said, yeah, well, there's always that song. The Hourglass was that song on the Hourglass.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The
There's
Wind
always
is
that one song that.
I got to push a little something, But and then there's other songs on there that are just fun. No
Yeah.
Reservations is just, I drove by a seedy motel somewhere. I think it was in Kentucky, and it had a sign outside, "No reservations required." And I mean, if you looked in the swimming pool and saw what was in there, you were like, I can see why there aren't any required, But that song kind of developed out of that. But
Yeah.
it wasn't about the motel. It was about,
And it's a fun, upbeat song to sing and jam to at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, is this out?
It is. Yeah, it is now.
Okay. When was it released?
Just recently.
Okay.
We are going to go back in the studio, I think, and tweak it a little bit.
Okay.
Add some more backgrounds to it.
Okay.
I don't like to do in the studio what I can't do live.
Right.
So I try to keep it simple in the studio. If I can't produce it live, then I really don't want to put it on the CD.
Do you have a full band?
Yeah, we have four.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Bass,
All right.
drums, guitar.
Okay.
Myself, I play keys and guitar. Erica does the background singing. And
Okay. All right.
we are looking, I think, to put together a couple more background singers, a.k.a. like the OJs or Temptations, kind of doing the moves, And,
That's where the choreography comes in?
yeah, she's got all those moves. So.
Nice.
But,
That's cool. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 songs, 9 songs on here.
9, yeah.
9 songs on here. So there's 9 songs on here, but they're all a product of either you or the both of you.
Right.
Okay. Was that the same in the last CD?
9 songs on the first one, 9 songs on the second
All-
one, 9 songs on the third one.
All produced, all yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we have a record company, A-Side Records.
Right.
So we produce through A-Side Records. We do our publishing through.
But they're your songs, is what I
Yes.
mean. You
Yeah.
wrote them or co-wrote them.
Right.
They're not an outside source.
Right.
Do you get pitched outside sources?
Sometimes.
Uh-huh.
It has to really. I got pitched a song that Steely Dan did and made a hit, and I turned it down. I mean, it was, what Any Major Dude Will Tell You or something like that was the song, and they made a hit out of it years and years ago. But I turned it down because I wanted to do my own stuff.
Yeah.
I'm hitting myself in the head now.
What were you thinking?
That would have financed everything.
Yeah, you'd have that second keyboard.
and a third.
And a
Probably,
third.
yeah.
Yeah.
More
Oh, well,
rough. Yeah.
That's
But,
awesome.
and I pitch songs too to some people.
Okay.
We have we do some shows with some jazz people. Tony DeSaris. I pitched a few things to him. We'll see if he picks them up or not. But I don't really see my stuff as jazz. But when we do concerts, we get people who come up and go, "Hey, that's the greatest country I ever heard, man." And then sometimes we get, that's really cool jazz, man. We're like,
whatever.
Whatever you think it is, as long as you like it.
Yeah.
By the way, the CDs are over here.
Yeah.
But
merchandise table.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. That's work. So I want to feature one of your songs, and we need to take a break, but I want to feature one of your songs as soon as we come back from that. Okay. We talked about, you mentioned it already, No Reservations as one of the songs. You kind of already told us the story about it. Anything else you want to add before I play that one?
Yeah, that's the fun song on the CD.
Okay. That's the fun. That's the one of the more upbeat tunes you have going on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No message there.
Just a fun song.
Come on out and play, girl.
Okay. All right. Well, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to take a little quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna play that song "No Reservation," and this is the Robb Taylor off his Dreamcatcher album. Right after this, right here on PPR. And that was Robb Taylor right here off of his brand new album, Dreamcatcher. A great tune that's on there, No Reservations. Kind of fun. Nice little upbeat tune going on there. Yeah. And while we're sitting in here in the studio, Eric decided to share some information about the song. I don't want to say it, so if you want to say it, you go right ahead.
Sure. What?
That you were not well during.
Oh, yeah. I had a really bad cold when we recorded that. And I keep saying to him, we have to get back in the studio and just redo it. And he's like, well, we're going to be putting the CDs out there tomorrow for everybody. I'm like, oh, great. I love you too. Thanks.
Yeah. No second chances. That's it.
I tried to explain to her that no matter what you do in the studio, you're never going to be happy.
Yeah, but at
you're
least I'd be
go
more
back
prepared. You know what I mean? I was just like,
I
had a sore throat and I had like the whole post-nasal drip happening. And I'm like, it was just not the way.
Sounds good though. Sounds good anyway. So yeah, I mean, and it's you got that out in the studios. You're putting this music together. Before we get into another song though, this is something I'm trying not to forget to ask you. I looked at you gave me a media kit and you have a lot of stuff on here for nice news articles that obviously this is how you're getting some publicity and stuff like that. And I happen to notice it seemed like a few of them, if not more than not, are where you're doing some great performances for a charity event. You're reaching out there, you're doing something to raise money for a cause or whatever. That seems to be important to you guys. You do a lot of that kind of stuff?
I grew up in 12 foster homes, so I'll champion any children's cause.
Oh my gosh.
But we've worked with March of Dimes,
Helping
Global
Hands.
Reach, Helping Hands,
Make a Wish.
Yeah, I saw one of them about Make-A-Wish in here.
And then we actually for a time had our own charity where we were working with kids, individual kids who needed a wheelchair or needed a hospital bed or something, and we would we would produce a show for them. We got asked by Operation Chill Out to do some shows for homeless veterans.
Nice.
And it's tough because there's a bridge in Stroudsburg where if you go there's homeless veterans living under the bridge, and it's hard to see that, but it's difficult to get them to trust bringing them out from what they already know and getting back into society.
They struggle. I mean, that's a struggle for a lot of them. It's kind of sad. I mean, I know there's a bunch of different organizations, and one of the things that I find is incredibly admirable on an artist on any scale, all the way up to packing $100,000 stadium, 100,000 people stadiums or whatever, is when one of the things that they want to cover in their interview is something that they feel is important, that they like to help out, and they're searching constantly for that support for whatever, whether it's breast cancer, whether it's animals, whether it's children, whether it's dream come true, whatever, and I always think that that's incredibly admirable that no matter how big you get or no matter how busy you are, and I mean, you guys are crazy busy. You got a lot of things going on. You're moving your stuff from place to place, you know, trying to make a buck and all that kind of stuff. And yet to find time and to carve time out when it comes to, you know, the veterans or children or whatever, you know, I just think that's really cool. And I always admire any artist, no matter what level artist it is, you know, that they don't forget that, you know, they're going to come, and that they don't forget their fans and to pay back or pay forward to on some of that stuff. So, you know, good for you guys. And it seems like you really do, you know, try to get some of that out there.
Well, yeah, we kind of feel that children are helpless victims of the decisions that other people make. You know,
Yeah.
they don't get much of a say in it. They just kind of get pushed from one thing to another. You know.
Yeah.
So, but you know, anybody who has a cause like that, whether it's for children or animals or the dog shelter, we don't care. We'll step in and do what we can.
Yeah.
You know, certainly.
That's cool. That's really nice. And, you know, I just think that's a big thing. And I think people can't forget that, you know, no matter how big you get or no matter how many fans you have.
Hey, if we're remembered for that, that's fine by us.
Yeah.
You know, all the other stuff is really a means to an end.
Right.
The
right.
music is a means to an end. If you listen to a song and it changes your mind about how you treat people or animals or somebody else or whatever, then I've accomplished my goal as an artist. You know, and Erica feels the same way.
Yeah. Now, if people want to find out more about you guys, let's go to that a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm saying as far as like
Media
website
director.
or social media or things like that. I mean, I know you post a lot of. I see a lot of posts from you, Erica. How's one of the best ways that people can find out where you are performing and what you got going on, and if you are going to be doing a charitable event or stuff like that? What's
Well, they can view everything on our website.
okay?
It's on Wix site. It's the Robb Taylor Band at wixsite.com.
Okay.
They can just go on there, type that in the link, and find everything on there.
Okay.
I'm working on a Facebook page right now for the band as well.
Okay.
So that'll be the next step. But I wanted to work on the website first so that
Well, sure.
people have places to go see stuff, you know.
Yeah, and that has all your information, including how to get their hands on your music and
Yeah,
things
it
like
has
that.
all of our information on it and where we're going to be playing, and everything's on there.
Okay, that's cool. And now, how far do you guys book out for shows?
Well, you know, I mean, we get offers from Vegas. If they got the money, we'll go do the show. You know, I've done shows that cost me money to do if they were charitable shows. You know,
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we just
And
got
then-
asked for to do a show in, like, where was it, like Nevada or Tennessee or somewhere far from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we'll see where
Well, I had
that
somebody
goes.
call me from Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said to them, I've never been to Nebraska. Oh, we all know your music out here. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
You know? And then my brother gets on the phone from Oklahoma. He's like, oh, I just downloaded your new CD. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
He goes, didn't cost me a dime. I'm like, oh, great, you know?
Oh,
But, you know,
yeah. But I'm also meant like time wise. Like, are you booked a month out? Or are you booked 2 months out?
times, well, we're always looking for bookings.
Right.
So we have stuff this year, but we have blank spaces too. So we'll book into 18, but
Yeah.
I don't book much further than the next
Couple months
year.
out. Yeah.
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 Things change too quickly,
Sure.
you know.
Sure. Is that one way that people can find you also, is to off the website
Yeah.
that they can say, hey, you know,
Yes.
we're looking at an event and, you know, we'd like to have you guys perform.
Yeah, we have a whole new band now too. Mike Gelato on bass, Rob Kander on drums, Eric Kump.
Kump.
He's like 22, 23 years old. So
On acoustic.
you know, we were going to name the band the Aches and Pains, but because all of us, that was Erica's idea.
Well, first it was the aches and pains, and then the next week it was down with the sickness.
Down with
Oh, okay.
Because then everybody was sick. So I'm like,
So,
Okay. All right.
got to be one or the other.
so we have a whole new band. We spent a lot of time rehearsing and getting that together, and one of the first shows we're doing with them is tomorrow night.
Okay.
So
And where's that? Do you want to mention that?
at the
That's
Clymer Library
uh-huh.
in
Pocono Pines.
Pocono Pines. We
Okay.
do a couple of shows a year there usually,
Uh-huh.
and it's not a large crowd. I mean, Charlie Daniels was 10,000 people,
Yeah.
This will be a small crowd of people, but it's an exclusive event.
Yeah.
You have to have your name in to get in.
Yeah,
you know? So, but and people can do that if they want to come. They just need to call the library and make sure that there's seats
available.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. So we were talking about some of your other tunes, and I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You was the song that you guys mentioned was like the birth song of a little story about
Of when we met.
Yeah. And what I'd like to do is I kind of would like to play that one next and give them. Now this one's a little different from the last one. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a
different feel.
Different feel altogether. It's a keyboard song. It's a little more updated beat, a little funkier beat to it.
Okay.
We were that's one thing that Erica brings to the music is she's listening to all the new age people, and I go, who? You know. And I mention Elvis Presley, and she goes, who? I'm just kidding. But I kind of bring an old school approach to the writing.
Right.
I think the 70s and 80s songs were very well structured in terms of capturing the audience and where the hook lines were and the lead up to the hook line and all that. But then, Eric will be like, hey, let's hit it this way, and update it a bit.
Nice.
This is kind of, since we wrote it together, it kind of has both of that feel to it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we're going to hit the bottom of the hour ID here. I know we're running a little late, but and then we're going to take another Robb Taylor tune and Erica Ashley from the brand new album that's out there, which is Dreamcatcher. Another tune that's off of it, it's a little something called I Can't Take My Eyes Off You, which is a little story about the initial eye stare, the initial eye lock story. So we're going to be back a little bit. You guys got a little bit more time yet?
Sure.
Awesome. We're going to be back with more Robb and Erica right after this and be listening for the romantic tune. Right here on Penn's Peak Radio in the studio live with their brand new CD, The Dream Catcher, which is a follow-up to the first album.
The second album, The Hourglass.
The Hourglass. What was the first one?
Ramblin' On.
Ramblin' On. So, if you want to get your hands on this, you guys need to check out their, if you search Robb Taylor, you'll probably find the website. It's a Wix website, but if you just search Robb Taylor, and that's with two B's, by the way, RBBTAYLOR. Right. They'll find you on the Wix website and be able to get their hands on your music, find out where you guys are. You guys, at least Erica, now you said also you're doing a Facebook page for the band.
Yeah, I'm working on that now, creating a page for it. So.
Okay, so there'll be a Facebook for that.
Yep,
social media is a way that they can track what you guys are doing and find out where you're going to be at locally. Are you playing this whole weekend local or just tomorrow night?
Well, Erica has a show tonight. We have the band tomorrow night. Then Friday and Saturday we're at Shenanigans in Lake Harmony.
Okay.
So this week's pretty busy.
Yeah.
We've done anywhere between 2 to 5 shows a week.
Okay.
So we stay as busy as we can be. You know?
That's fine.
And
that's good to know. And again, that information's on the website where you guys are going to be. So, and that's some local. I mean, Shenanigans isn't that far from here either. So.
Well, and then we have the video coming up for Southbound Train.
Okay, I was just. You're in my mind. I didn't get there yet. Wait. So, in new works, Robb, have any ideas for videos for any of your music?
Well, we have the script done for Southbound Train. That's coming together pretty nicely. Costumes.
Costumes.
It takes place in the 1850s.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
We're going to use the Strasburg Railroad.
Oh, wow.
Train.
That's neat.
And
Are you actually on it, moving?
Well, yeah, I actually robbed the train.
With horses.
I robbed the people.
Really?
Yeah, with horses.
That's so neat.
It's kind of cool. We're at a campground in the beginning, and people are all sitting around laughing, and they're going, "Hey, Robb, tell us how you met Delta Dawn," who's played by Erica Ashley.
Aw.
And I go, "Oh, you guys don't want to hear that." And then we flash back to the train robbery where I actually can either take the loot or I can take her, but the sheriff is coming and he's got his gun drawn and he's shooting at me. So I throw her up on the back of the horse and I ride away, and the last shot you see is the loot, hanging on the mail hook on the train, so I don't get the loot, but I get the girl.
You get the girl.
No, it's like, that's the.
Has this been done?
No, we're in preparation to shoot it now. We have the crew together. We are still looking for some extras for the train station and the train.
When's the shoot for this?
Last week in June, I believe, is when we're
cool.
scheduling. Hopefully everything works out.
That's kind of
But,
cool.
last week in June gives us a little more time to work on it.
Yeah.
Then of
I
course
want to ride a horse. I'll only do it if I can ride a horse.
you can be the sheriff. Why not?
I could be the sheriff.
Why not? Sure. But it's going to be fun to do.
Have you ridden a horse?
Oh, I had horses in Oklahoma.
Oh,
at a
okay.
ranch. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Arabians mostly.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked at stables and stuff, so.
Yeah, Morgans and Arabians I raised.
But that's pretty cool.
But yeah, I loved horses. They're just.
That's what I want to do. I want to move and like raise horses.
She wants me to go to Texas.
Yeah. It's warmer in Texas than it is in Montana.
Yeah. Well, Montana's kind of nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice.
Well,
If
I think we've had enough winter.
Yeah.
Casey.
Yeah, it's too bad up. It's too bad here.
I love Montana. I used to do a lot of traveling, and I love driving through Montana. And I was just like, someday I'm gonna homestead here. Someday I'm gonna do it. And you know, then life happens, and you don't get around to certain things. But
I'm talking to my brother on the phone. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get my real estate taxes paid and all this, and he's like, yeah, mine are $28 a year. I'm like, what? How do you have real estate taxes $28 a year, dude? He goes, I live in Oklahoma. I was like, okay,
wow.
I need to move.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
So-
Maybe my new favorite state's Oklahoma.
Yeah. I think he's 9 miles from the Texas border or something like that.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. $28 a year. Holy smokes, Batman.
Yeah.
But, well, anyway. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to the video then. So, you're talking about possibly working on it at the end of June. Is there a possible date of release for that, or is it going to be depending on how long it takes you to get through it?
Well, we have that, and then we have editing afterward.
Right.
It's going to be, the song itself is 5 minutes long. We got a minute in the front, a minute in the back. So the video is going to be about 7 minutes long.
No, the song's not on this CD.
No, it's on the last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think we actually played that one off the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, we did
But-
last time.
But we're going to run about 7 minutes. But we're shooting kind of AKA Tracy Hines, if you've seen her stuff.
Yeah.
It's costumes and location, and it's a movie. It's a 7-minute movie. It's not the band walking through the woods singing.
The
Right.
same old thing that you
So
see
there's
everywhere else,
there's
yeah.
this whole thing that kind of goes on as a precedence and kind of gets you into the mood and understanding the layout of it, and then there's the song and how it kind of goes through that, and then there's an end of you riding off into the sunset.
Well, the Southbound Train song actually starts with, and in the show we smoke the stage when that happens.
Oh, nice.
You know, like a train starting up.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing has to be edited up front to match that when that actually happens in the song.
Cool.
And I'm at the station, the sheriff's at the station, and I eye him and run and catch the train while it's moving. He can't catch it.
Right.
So he has to ride after the train on his horse. So all during the video, you see him riding, you see me robbing the train, you see him riding, you see me robbing the train.
I want to do that part.
You know, so,
So cool.
but and then of course I ride off with Erica at the end, know, which is kind of fun. And then we go back to the campground at the end of the video, and everybody's just laughing,
Yeah.
so it's fun.
Oh, that
That's it.
sounds great. Well, people can be looking forward to seeing when, once it's all done and produced, and I realize editing and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and getting the music bed laid on it just right and all that other kind of stuff. So that just sounds like a hoot. Sounds like
Yeah.
fun.
Well.
Sounds like total fun. And that is on the Hourglass.
That's on
That
the
song's on the Hourglass. Is it that long on the Hourglass?
Yeah,
5 minutes?
well, it's 5 minutes, yeah.
Wow.
Because it starts up as a train, and
Yeah.
that's how we start the show too, with that song.
Yeah.
So
Are you dressed? Do you do
Oh.
costume changes on the stage? Will you be like?
oh no, we don't do them on stage.
Oh.
No, but
You might have to for that
I would
song.
like to. I've always wanted to do that.
For that song,
yeah. Well,
then you could do like a throw the hat off.
well, I wear like this long coat. It's on the album. The
Yeah.
picture on the album. I wear this like long coat, and I always thought like doing the James
I
Brown
have
thing.
I have a chaps coat and a cowboy hat. And
I always thought about doing the
Spurs.
James Brown thing. You know how he had the cape, and the guy would come out to take the cape, and he'd go, "No, not yet." You know, and he'd funking with it, you know, dancing and funking around, and he was so cool.
That's so funny. Yeah. That is so funny. Well, I think we're going to have to wrap this up here pretty soon, though. You know, but let's recap a little bit. You guys are out there. You've got a lot of shows coming up. You can be found on, you know, Robb Taylor, and again, it's ROBBTAYLOR on the Wix website. Check these guys out. Find out their schedule. They're bouncing around all over the place. Going to be local this weekend with the library, and then at on the Shenanigans up there over the weekend. That's both Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Okay, so you got 2 shows coming up there. Lots of fun things going on. Brand new album that they can get this music, even though you're going to be redoing the CD a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be out as it is, but then we're going to tweak it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, and it's called The Dreamcatcher. This is their 3rd album, and it's called The Dreamcatcher. Got 9 tunes on it. Compilation of some co-writing efforts on this one. And you didn't write on the other 2, Erica?
No.
No, so this is your first writing on as a co-writer to
Yes.
this. And that's really cool. You got a video coming out. Any more wink, wink, nudges of what else is coming up for Robb Taylor and Erica and the band, and anything new and exciting that you?
I think we said it all.
I think that's keeping us pretty busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, we are still looking for extras though.
Okay.
For the video.
Okay.
It'll be 2 days down in the Lancaster area.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Might have to take you up on that.
There you go.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally cool. So check this out. A lot of great information coming from these guys. And just check out their website. Find out where they're hanging out. We're going to play one more tune at the end of the show to remind people to listen on Sunday, because this whole show gets recorded and played back. And the tune, I believe, is If You Believe.
Mm-hmm.
Little quick scenario of what that song's about so they can look forward to hearing it at the end of the show.
Well, it's about a lot of times I think people nowadays are struggling with, you know, self-esteem, and it's really about saying to somebody, I believe in you, you should believe in you too.
Okay.
And I think I was a student of John Barth, and he basically said things like, act as though you were already the person you wish to become. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And that quote right there kind of led me to this song. You know, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So if you empower somebody by believing in them, especially children,
right,
then I think they accomplish the things in life that they want to accomplish, and they're happier people for it.
Yeah.
You know.
Nothing's too big.
No.
Nothing's unreachable.
No. If another human being did it, why can't you?
Sure. And
Why
if
can't you?
somebody didn't do it yet, then you could be the first.
Be the first. Why not?
Sure.
Sure.
That's nice. So that song is called I Believe. It's also on the album. It's actually the first cut.
Yes.
And we're going to play that at the end of the show. Be listening for that. Big thanks for coming down and spending some time. Robb Taylor, Erica Ashley, just being here and sharing your music and your stories and all the great work that you do for a lot of these charities, getting your music out there. Looking for extras, so if anybody's interested in helping them out with their video, you can find out more information. And look for the band's Facebook page.
Yep.
Do you have an approximate launch date?
It should be done probably in the next couple days.
Okay.
I should have it done.
So you guys want to be looking for that, and there'll probably be a link from your website off of
Yeah,
that to that
I'll
there.
always post it so everybody can see. So.
Awesome. So there you go. Anything else you guys want to add, throw out there?
Well, thank you for having us.
We love you.
Oh, thanks.
We do. We talk about you all the time.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure that's
It's all good, girl. It's all good. It's all good.
I knew my ears were burning for a reason. Awesome. I'm glad you guys could make it in. It's always so much fun, and we can't make it so long next time. You guys have to make sure you come back.
Sure,
and looking
absolutely.
forward to all of the stuff that you have going on. I'm looking forward to seeing the video. So check these guys out. Robb Taylor, their Dreamcatcher album on their website, and friend them on Facebook. Do you actually have a Twitter account? You don't. It doesn't.
Well, I do. It's just I don't really know how to work it. So.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
the best thing right now is probably just my Facebook.
Facebook
right now.
works too.
Yeah.
Wait, Twitter? What's
What?
that?
Hey, distracted. Tweet, tweet. Okay. Yeah, I don't get that one either, but hey. But more fun things on the docket for these guys. Check it out. I'm assuming more music down the line.
Absolutely.
Another CD out there, potentially. And more.
Our book is 10 inches thick.
Yeah,
songs, so
I'm sure.
We'll get there.
Catch these guys in performance again. Check them out on their website. Robb Taylor and Erica Ashley, the Dreamcatcher CD on their website. Find them on the Wix platform, or just Google search Robb Taylor, and you'll find these guys. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming in.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We're going to be back with more of Wall to Wall Country coming up in just a bit.